Thank you ever so much for having me back at Anime Festival Asia 2012. So thank you ever so much for staying. I thought that after Sphere Light everyone would leave, so I'm truly humbled that you are still here to listen to me. Hello, hello, thank you very much. So usually when I go and do talks around the world, I usually give a short, I give an explanation of what I do, but I don't have too much time today, so I'm going to skip that and basically talk about the things that I've been working on since we last met and the things that I will be working on in the future. Okay, so as many of you may know, I run a brand called Culture Japan in Japan. So I've been in Japan for about, let's have a look, about 13 years. Originally, I'm born and raised in the UK. So this is our office over here. And so one of the things that we do is TV production. So I have a show called Culture Japan, which is broadcast in Japan and across Asia, the US, and it's currently broadcast on terrestrial TV in Malaysia. And so some of you who were here at Anime Festival Asia last year, you may see yourself in the following trailer. So I'm going to play a video, the lights are going to dim just a little bit, and the music is going to start playing. Oh, not that one. There you go.
3, 2, 1!
All right, so that's Culture Japan Season 2. Thank you very much. So just wondering, how many of you have seen any episodes of Culture Japan? Can I see your raised heads? Oh, there's quite a few of you. Thank you very much. All right, so Culture Japan Season 3 was due to start this October, but I couldn't because I've been very busy with, I've been very busy making a new TV show called Japan Mode. It's going to be broadcast on Star World channel across Asia from next month actually, in a few weeks' time. And so I've been like very busy like making this new TV show. So it's a very different TV show whereby it focuses more on Japanese lifestyle. So for Culture Japan, that focuses on otaku culture and traditional culture. But Japan Mode is more about lifestyle. So I've got the opening, it's a very short opening. We're going to dim the lights and we're going to watch the trailer. Alrighty, so that is Japan Mode, which will be broadcast across Star World, across Asia in next month. So I did mention that Star World Japan Mode is hasn't really got that many otaku contents, but as you can see, Yuki-chan over here, I've tried to like sneak in stuff without anybody noticing. All right, so another thing that we do is a load of anime events. So since we last met, so we successfully had a booth at Anime Festival Asia, and we had AFA Malaysia. How many attended AFA Malaysia? Oh, quite a few of you. And AFA Indonesia, which was absolutely incredible. And Anime Expo as well. So basically, when I go around, I try to like have these booths, and I love Ita culture. The culture whereby you plaster very cute two-dimensional girls all over your car, and so I like to like spread that culture. So this is the kind of like rough schedule for the next few months. So Comic Fiesta Malaysia in a few weeks' time, the Thai Game Show, Dubai, ToyCon Philippines, Anime Festival Asia, and so on and so on and so on. So we do some character development as well, and I think some of you may know about my mascot character, Mirai Millennium. So she comes in various different costumes. So for example, we have her summer costume over here. So this was very recently illustrated by Choo, Yosai Sensei, a very popular illustrator in Japan who's done like lots of different characters for things like Queen's Blade, and so on and so on. So this is the summer uniform, and this is the Solar Marine uniform. So just wondering, which do you prefer? Who prefers the summer uniform? Who likes the design of summer uniform? Okay, quite a few. But how about the Solar Marine uniform? Do you prefer that instead? Okay. Okay. All right, so it looks like the Solar Marine uniform is quite popular. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn down the music just a little bit, and I'm going to bring on Esther. Esther, if you'd like to come on stage, please. So Esther is a very good comrade of mine from Singapore. Hello, Esther. Right, if you'd like to come to the middle over here. So she's dressed in Mirai-chan's Solar Marine uniform. I haven't seen this actually yet. Oh, it looks absolutely great. すごいですね。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。So Esther, she has been coming along to events. She came along to Malaysia as well, and she looks absolutely fantastic whenever she wears her summer uniform, Solar Marine uniform. And at tomorrow's Culture Japan Night in Kallang Theatre, she'll be dressed in Mirai-chan's winter uniform. Yes, ma'am. All right. Thanks, Esther. ありがとうございます。Thanks, Esther. Thank you, Esther. ありがとうございます。All right. So don't have time to watch all of this, so let's quickly go to the next slide. So Mirai-chan, she has a fair following around the world, and so here are some lovely ladies. The girls like to dress up as Mirai-chan, but sometimes the boys, they also like to dress up as Mirai-chan as well. So if you're a boy and like Mirai-chan, maybe you can give it a try as well. So there's been lots of fan art lately. So there's like lots of illustration sharing websites like Pixiv or DeviantArt. And so if you go along to those websites, you can find lots of Mirai-chan illustrations. And I actually use those sites to seek talent, talented folks who may be able to like do stuff for my company in the future. And she also has her own airlines. Anyway, so last year I talked about Mirai Millennium. So this is the story, the original story for Mirai-chan, and I haven't had as much time as I would like to work on it, and I'll explain the reasons later on. So this is some of the concept art from Mirai Millennium, and here's another one as well. These are the bad guys. Now, I can't mention who's writing it, but if you like Eureka 7, Ghost in the Shell, Cowboy Bebop, and Eden of the East, then I think you are going to enjoy it. So some of you have maybe already connected the dots and know who is currently writing the scenario. And if you watch my Twitter and Facebook, you'll find out that I actually have regular meetings with this person. So you probably know who it already is. But we should be able to announce something early spring. Okay. So here's some more of the other characters from Mirai Millennium. We have 2 new characters. Well, they're not named yet. So we've got this lovely blonde girl over here. New character R. Okay. And we also have this little cutie over here. So we haven't got a name for her yet, but whenever I show this image, people think of like different names. And the artist who drew this, because we didn't have a name for it, he called her whitehairlolly.jpg. So I think that's a kind of a fitting name. I think it's good. Kawaii desu ne. Kind of cute. Kawaii. All right. So doll business. What am I doing in doll business? So I forgot to bring Yuki-chan with me. So people ask me, Danny, God, what's this grown man doing? He's carrying a doll around. Are you a grown man, for Christ's sakes? What are you doing? And I say, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm only doing it because they did so 100 years ago. Right? And this is proof. There's evidence. All right. So, and I'm working on a project that will enable grown men, all right, to carry around dolls in the future. So let me give you a quick hint. So these are just some photos of my lovely daughters over here. This is Reina-chan over here. This is Yuki-chan. And this is Saber over here. And this is Reina in her Mirai's Solar Marine uniform. So I thought, I love these dolls made by like various different companies. So I thought that it'd be cool to have a doll model after Mirai-chan. So this is something that we're working on. And I think you've seen this illustration before. And what we've done is, this illustration is by a Japanese artist called Izuki Tasuku Sensei. And so we've like basically taken the eyes and like molded it onto the resin eyes to capture Mirai's look and feel. So this is another one of Mirai-chan over here. So hopefully we'll be able to like announce something very, very soon. And if you want to see what she looks like naked, then this is it over here. Okay. Kawaii is there. All right, so I've been working on a load of Japanese learning products. What I was supposed to do was to like move all this. I've got like just so much stuff in this pocket over here. I'm going to flip over to Moe Kanji over here. So Moe Kanji is, I actually talked about this in Singapore last year. I actually just showed some slides. I have a package over here, but let me just zoom into the next slide over here. So basically, Moe Kanji is a way for people to like learn Japanese in a more fun way. So as somebody who learned Japanese many, many moons ago, I know that it can be boring sometimes. Many textbooks that you pick up are like just black and white. So I thought that would be quite cool to have this set of flashcards which have like really cute illustrations on them to help people like learn Japanese. So we started off by teaching people hiragana. So what Moe Kana is a pack of cards which teach people hiragana with really cute illustrations by somebody called Ikkyu Sensei in Japan. And hopefully these really cute illustrations will help you learn Japanese at the same time. So we've really thought about this product. We've like taken a look at lots of other flashcards on the market, and we've made our cards like really, really different. We've included a little plastic bag like this, so you can learn Japanese while you take a shower, while you go swimming, and there's like absolutely no downtime at all. And this is the set of cards over here. So there's many different ways that you can learn Japanese with a pack of Moe Kana, which just happens to be available at the AFA shop, just in the exhibition hall next door. So I made Moe Kana for like foreigners, fellow gaijins like you and myself, to learn hiragana. But what I found was that local Japanese people, they were buying Moe Kana as well, because their kids needed to learn hiragana. And they sent me like photos like this. So I've got like loads of photos like this of their kids learning how to play, learning how to learn hiragana. And I'm assuming it's like many otaku parents who want their kids to grow up onto the light side of the force. And so actually in Japan, like so many Japanese people actually bought the product that it actually became the second best-selling anime product on Amazon Japan. Yes. So I only thought it would make sense to continue the Japanese learning experience by bringing out Moe Kanji. So today we're going to take a look at some of the really cute cards for Moe Kanji. So basically in Japan, Japanese people, they learn Japanese through the first grade kanji, which is basically 80 kanji. So this pack will be a pack of 80 cards. And so here are like some of the illustrations that we are working on. So we've decided that we didn't want to put on the Romanized readings of the kanji, because we want people to like really learn hiragana. So if you like know hiragana, then these cards would help you learn the various readings of kanji. These are I love these cards. They're kind of like, it's like kawaii desu ne. Mirai-chan kawaii. Okay. So got some more really cute cards. So in this pack of Moe Kanji, we have some collaboration cards. So we have a collaboration card over here with a Nitro Plus. And as some of you may know, Mirai-chan and Soniko-chan are very good friends. So here's some more very adorable cards. And over here, it's a little bit small. I think you can just about make out some of the thumbnails. And then after the first pack of 80, we're going to release a pack of 1,800 cards. It's about this big over here. Not really, no. So first of all, we're going to start off with Moe Kanji. So most of the illustrations are already done, and it should be roughly around March that it will be available worldwide for people to like learn kanji. Yes. Arigatou gozaimasu. So we do some mobile development as well. So last time we met, there was a clock on display in my booth, and that wasn't released yet. It's called Mirai Clock 3. We released the iOS version first. And it's basically a two-dimensional illustration by Shirahane Nao sensei. And we took that illustration and done lots of projection mapping onto it and made it look basically 3D. And so this is available right now on the App Store for all you iOS users. and it's also available on Google Play at last, and it's absolutely free. And there's no ads in it to annoy you, and so you can like zoom in, you can like stroke Mirai-chan as well. Kawaii. So I actually do that a lot on trains, you know, and like smile to myself. It's very cute. So yeah, she's very cute indeed. And if you want to find out what happens if you touch her oppai, then you have to download it. Okay. So since we last met, I've been doing some figure development as well. So I've been working with Good Smart Company to bring out the Mirai-chan Nendroid, which is due to be released next month. So this is it over here. And she comes with a Moe Kanji face. So folks of you who have the Moe Kanji, how many of you have Moe Kanji? Just out of interest, Moe Kanji. Yay, thank you. So she's got like Moe Kanji faces inside it as well. And she comes with a very small pack of a full set of Moe Kanji, which is roughly 1:3 scale. And so that's a full set of Moe Kanji that comes with this Nendroid. And it comes with a car, lovely Itasha as well. All right, so Mirai Inc., the Tokyo branch, opened since 2007. So it's basically me working at home. It's all been slowly expanding over the years. Grab some water before my throat falls out of my mouth. Lovely. Oh, I've got some kerating deng over here. Do you know what this is? Sorry, it's an Indonesian joke, sorry. Anyway, so Mirai branch opened since 2007. And then I'm happy to say, Mirai Culture Japan branch, PT Limited, Singaporean branch, opened since August. So this is our current offices. It's kind of like hidden in the back over there. It's actually a temporary office, all right? And so the reason why I'm showing this to you is that I'm very interested in seeking talent within the Asian region. So if you are interested in working in the anime industry, in any of the fields that we work in, TV production, events, character development, doll development, figure development, anime production, Japanese language contents, mobile development, then I'll be very interested in hearing from you. So the things that I'm looking for are folks with like graphical skills, Photoshop, Illustrator, and somebody who can like demonstrate their skills. So it's all very well saying, hey, I can do Photoshop, I can do Illustrator, but it's a completely different story when you can actually show something and say, hey, look, this is what I've made. Very basic Japanese language skills. You don't have to be a Japanese speaking ninja. A frequent user of SNS services. So in this day and age, like SNS, it's really become part of our lives. Things like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So they're not really difficult to use. They help you connect with other users who have the same sort of interests as you. Ability to use things like Google Docs, again, like not very difficult at all. So it's basically like Word or Excel. And so Google Docs enable you to like manage that online. And does not need micromanagement. So I'm not the type of person who likes to like micromanage my staff. I like to like give them a mission and basically let them get on with it. So somebody who can like work with very little instruction indeed. And obviously it has to be somebody who loves Japanese culture like we do. And it has to be someone who like knows when Mirai's birthday is. So now the reason why is because I'm very interested in hiring somebody who is very passionate about our brand. And I think that's the key in when you like venture out to have a career in your life. It's very important to be like really passionate about a particular subject to enable you to like really excel in your career. So I'd like to introduce you to this chap over here. His name is Linus Lim. So he's a Singaporean. So he just got out of college very recently. And once upon a time in Singapore at an event, this was actually, yes, at AFA. He's like following me around with his laptop. He's like following me around. Hey, Danny, look at this one. Look, I made this one. Look, isn't it cool? And he's actually showing me some of his like design work. And it kind of like looked really interesting. And then later on at an event called Culture Japan Night, which I run, he appeared again and he's got his laptop with him. And said, hey, Danny, look at this one. Isn't it a cool one? I made this one myself. And I was kind of like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. And then we exchanged name cards. But rather than being more impressed about his actual work, I was actually more impressed by his actual persistence. And then one day, he sent me this illustration of Mirai-chan wearing the AFA-kun mascot kigurumi. And I was particularly impressed because he'd done this artwork using vector imaging. So he basically done this in Illustrator. So in Photoshop, it may not be like too difficult to do something like this, but in Illustrator to do this as a vector image, I thought it was very impressive indeed. So basically, I sought to train him. I sought to like give him a few tasks because he didn't have the skills which I needed at that moment in time. So I gave him a few tests, like homework. I said, okay, if you can do this, this, and this, then I'm going to take you on. And so I gave him things like, I gave him an illustration of a website, which is a mock-up. And I said, I want this in HTML and CSS in 3 days. And I said things like, I want you to like learn how to use Final Cut Pro. And I sent him like a video to edit. And I asked him to set up a server on his Mac, and so that I could connect to it from Japan. And the only direction I gave him was to contact a certain sensei who lives on the planet of Dagobah, and it's Google Sensei. So Google Sensei will tell you pretty much anything that you want to know. The only thing is that you have to ask it. So basically, I said, go to Google Sensei. I gave him direction and mentorship, and he actually done all these within a very short time. So I was very impressed, and I basically took him on board, and is now a creative director for my company in Singapore. So another person I'd like to talk about is a guy called Pinex from Indonesia. He's an illustrator. And he's kind of like shy, so he didn't want to like show his face, but here he is over here. And I discovered his talents through an image that he posted on my website. So I have a website called figure.fm. And he posted this image of Mirai-chan and Haruka-chan in this like most awesome battle scene. So this showed to me that he had a passion for my brand. And I basically sought to contact him and ask if he was interested in doing some work for me. So basically, he first started off doing things like from freelance work, which basically turned into like full-time work later on. So one of the things that he worked on was like the scenarios, the concept artwork for Mirai Millennium. And this was actually used in the opening for Culture Japan. And he also done the official artwork for Anime Expo. So Anime Expo is just a huge anime event in Los Angeles. So what am I trying to say here? So I'm trying to say that it's really important for you to demonstrate and share your passions when you are maybe, let's say you're like looking for a job, rather than like just send off your resume and say, hey, check out my resume, look forward to hearing from you. I see resumes like that all the time. There's absolutely no passion put into this email like whatsoever. So if you are very interested in like applying for a particular company or like working in a particular field, I think it's like really important for you to demonstrate what sort of skills you have by making something that is that the company would be very interested in seeing. So what I do a lot is check out lots of Mirai-chan fan art. So folks who do fan art, I mean, they can already use Photoshop and Illustrator, which is a requirement for our company, but it also shows that they're kind of like passionate about the brand as well. So if you think you are interested in like working with me, together with me in either Japan or maybe Malaysia or Indonesia or Singapore, then please contact me at jobs@mirai.fm. So just 2 more messages. I think that lots of humans, they kind of like do things on necessity. If it's not a necessity in life, then they just tend not to like do anything about it. So like everyone here, you know, you go out and you like buy some popiah to eat because you need to like fill your body with energy. It's like a basic human need, and you absolutely need to do that. And then you need to like go to the toilet, and you do that automatically, and it's something that you achieve every day. But there are some things in life whereby you want to achieve in the back of your mind, but you don't really do it because it's not a necessity to you right now because you are in the comfort zone. What I always suggest to people is to like try to get out of that comfort zone and make something that's really important to them as a necessity, and they will always make it happen. And I'm not saying that it's going to be plain sailing. It's not. I mean, my job looks like really fun, but it's quite tough. As you can see, like half of my head is like filled with like white hairs now. But I've decided not to dye it. But anyway, there's lots of hard work into it. There's lots of hard work involved. But if you make it into a need, you will always make it happen. Discover your passion, and the rest will always follow. It always does. All right, so just one more quick message. Is this the last one over here? Yes. So I'm giving a talk on November 17th at Jurong Regional, did I spell that right? Jurong Regional Library from 4 to 6 p.m. So basically I've got together with your governmental folks, and we've decided to spread Japanese culture around Singapore, and I'll be giving a talk on like how I learned Japanese language, and I'll be talking a little bit about my career as well. So please come along, it's free to come along. And I'd like to say thank you to everyone who popped by my booth to buy some goodies. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run off stage. I'm going to run back on when lights are, oh, thank you very much. A nice illustration over there. Run back on stage, clear this up, because next up, I think we have some cosplaying, is that right? Is that right, on stage? Cosplaying? You like cosplay? Actually, hey, Morris, do we have time for like a 3-minute video? 3 minute, cannot? Can on. All right, so just one more video. I think it's about 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes. So lots of folks have been saying that, you know, Danny used to wear this like white shiny armor and used to kind of like attempt to dance. And I said, yeah, but I can't dance, but I attempt to dance. And so the last time I attempted to dance was in the UK, and this was the result. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.